Royal baby Archie will have a huge impact on Britain's economy. Meghan Markle has had a big effect on the fashion economy, and her infant son is poised to do the same. Britain is in an uproar over a baby. To be fair, he's not just any baby. Despite the lack of, Buckingham Palace rankled some in the press and public on July 3, when it confirmed the youngest royal would be christened in Queen Elizabeth's private Windsor Castle chapel without photographers to capture the arrivals and departures of guests. We received after, in an age of overexposed celebrity children and kidfluencers, Archie's elusiveness is either refreshing or maddening, depending on which side of the argument you fall. But it's also at the same time, Harry and Meghan have drawn animus from taxpayers for rumours that they were dipping into the £82 million sovereign grant, a cut of the annual profits from the vast real estate portfolio known as the Crown Estate, to pay for, among other things, at Frogmore Cottage. They can't have it both ways, journalist and royal biographer Penny Junor told They. Either they are totally. If the clamour for Archie is any indication, however, Harry and Meghan will have trouble shielding the tyke from the clique lights of global scrutiny, or brands that may seek to monetize his image. People are so excited about Archie because Meghan and Harry are enormously popular, says Susan E. Kelly, publisher of blogs, and they're excited, already. Joshua Bamfield, director of The, predicts that the upsurge in sales of baby clothes and gear associated with the youngest royal will boost the UK economy to the tune of £1.25 billion over a 2-year period due to increased spending. Meghan is known to have a keen sense of style, and she will want to follow a distinctive line in baby products, shawls, baskets, infant clothes, and even what toys are being used by her child, Bamfield told. Indeed, the love affair between members of the British monarchy and the fashion industry shows no signs of abating, according to Richard Hay, the managing director of. In 2015, this isn't just conjecture. After Kate and Prince, might there be an Archie effect, too? It wouldn't be surprising to see baby Archie following in his mom's footsteps, says Morgan Le Cayer, Fashion Insights reporter at the global fashion intelligence platform. Meghan's fashion undeniable might be in. While Kate's choice, Meghan ignited the Markle sparkle as soon as she appeared by Prince Harry's side at the 2017 Invictus Games in Toronto wearing a casually rumpled, their rumoured matchmaker. The former sold out. There's no question there's an enormous amount of curiosity about Meghan, much more so than might necessarily be expected for someone further down the pecking order, says Vanessa Friedman, fashion director and chief fashion critic of The, who has described Meghan as a I think that it speaks to her as a transformational figure, although in the beginning she was much riskier, she adds, noting the shocking to royal watchers, anyway, her, even ye gods. Since her marriage, the royals have always supported social and environmental causes, though few perhaps as ebulliently and forthrightly as Meghan, who uses her Hollywood-honed mastery of the media to drum up attention for worthy enterprises. On a tour of the South Pacific last fall, Meghan's appearance in a pair of skinny jeans was enough to kick up sales at the Australian brand Vi, which in turn allowed it to employ another 46 seamstresses at its factory in Cambodia, many of them victims of sex trafficking or forced labor. Later, whether intentionally or not, it wouldn't be surprising to see the couple dress Archie in brands that align with their beliefs and speak to their environmental ethos, Le Cayer says. Babies aren't just biological extensions of their parents, says an adjunct professor at California's who teaches about the psychology of fashion. A lot of parents use their child to communicate to the world about their own identity and to even project the identity they want for their child, she says. This is why in the rare glimpses we've seen of Archie, he's been enshrouded in tradition, figuratively and literally. To introduce their baby to the world, Harry and Meghan opted to wrap him in a merino wool, a Nottingham-based shawl maker that has swaddled every royal baby since the Queen gave birth to Prince Charles in 1948. at his christening, which is to say, while Meghan doesn't always adhere to what a professor of marketing and consumer research at calls the royal family brand complex, Archie has stuck to a 1,000-year playbook, full of micro and macro pageants and ritual experiences, that has cast the royal family as a cultural symbol and created a psychological need for imagined participation in their lives. Such customs emphasize not only the lineage and the tradition but also the longevity of the monarchy, that it continues seamlessly on, says McLaren, who is the co-author, with COTNs, of Kate is a masterful wielder of this kind of soft power. She favors Kate, in particular, as our future queen has to tread this tightrope very carefully, and she really needs to show that she does support British industry but also that she's frugal, that's she's not a spendthrift, McLaren says. Cue the headlines of McLaren doesn't think that Meghan will want her children to be seen in such a time warp, though Harry, who is proving himself than his older brother, may refute that. I like to think she had great fun dressing us up, Harry recalled, mentioning his mother's love of weird shorts and little shiny shoes with the old clip-on in the 2007 ITV documentary. I sure as hell, perhaps one of the biggest clues to Archie's fashion future can be found in his name, which is neither stuffy Archibald nor overly trendy Archer, but a bridge between the old world and new. This will likely play out in Archie's ensembles, and on the thousands of blogs and social media accounts that document the younger royals' every sartorial step in an already heightened online celebrity culture. The royals know that their clothes will be identified within minutes and either praised or scrutinized, says Christine Ross, the creative director of blogs including Meghan sees that but Meghan is also just as likely to embrace mini-me versions of the designer brands she patronizes, or, to name a few. As The Telegraph, I would not be at all surprised to see, not just because it's a brand she's worn but again because of its eco-conscious nature, says What Kate Wears Kelly. I think while as two proud feminists, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex might also want to sidestep stereotypes by dressing Archie in a more gender-neutral fashion, says L.E. Kayer from LYST. The couple report, Meghan and Harry have already shown their more relaxed approach to parenting, she adds, which suggests that they might do things their own way when it comes to baby clothes. Of the commotion over him, Archie is blessedly unaware. The 2-month-old kid, twice a week, will send you the best good stories exploring what we buy, why we buy it, and why it matters.
Raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park.